Amazon have just replaced my out of date and out of warranty Kindle. No questions asked. I'm amazed. What other companies do you know of that have genuine and honest customer service? Ritz-Carlton. So expensive, but they really go way above and beyond. They even will take small social cues and make your stay better based on them. A buddy of mine was staying there to take his daughter to see the Little Mermaid musical, and the front desk overheard that this was the reason for the stay during their check-in. So while my buddy and his daughter were signing in, without saying anything, the front desk secretly radioed up to maids to tell them this, who in turn made a folded towel like a mermaid, and set up a little boombox that played the Little Mermaid theme song on loop, so that it was playing when they entered to the room. All in under 5 minutes, without letting on that they were doing this or being told directly that was the reason of the trip. Mind blown in the customer service department. AT&T customer service is awesome. They constantly deny insurance claims for customers and rake in profits for the shareholders. Also, they sign customers up for services they didn't ask for and lie about hidden fees to rake in profits for shareholders. Sometimes when customers call in to cancel service, the customer service reps will hang up on them, which can help rake in profits for shareholders. Source: I'm the CEO of AT&T. This review made more sense when I found the sarcasm. I had AT&T for several months and had to call in almost every month because of hidden fees that they did not tell me about. They would hang up as well, and when I complained, they would try to buy me off with credits for undesired services. Nice try, Amazon marketing department. But seriously though, Amazon is amazing. I broke my Kindle screen by sitting on it and called them up. We had a conversation something like this. Hi, I broke my Kindle. Oh, that's alright, we'll send you a new one. Oh, awesome, thanks. The whole conversation was only a few minutes. They just hand those Kindles out like hotcakes, I swear. I returned a 15-year-old backpack to LL Bean when one of the straps broke. They replaced it with a brand new one. Frick yeah, LL Bean. Call them up. No phone robot. Someone real picks up. GGLLB. Logitech. I bought a gaming mouse, used it for several years and it worked fantastic. It started having an issue where it would double click when I'd single click, and I just lived with it for a while until one day I just decided to shoot them an email. They had me send it in and they replaced it free of charge with the upgraded version of the mouse even though it was out of warranty. I will never use another company for my keyboard mouse needs because of the outstanding customer service I received. They replaced my cousin's mouse after he explicitly told them that he had broken it. They also replaced my keyboard after I told them I spilled Coke all over it. Alaska Airlines. There was this very elderly person who had a bit of an accident, number 1 and number 2, on themselves. She was already at the boarding gate, so she just had her carry-on with her and, unfortunately, it did not contain any additional clothing. She was also one of the passengers that needed to pre-board, so the customer service rep working her flight had special notice of her. When this rep found out about the lady's accident, she went down to the plane, searched for the lady's checked bag and got her another pair of pants and underwear. By far one of the most amazing acts of customer service I have ever witnessed. It's not only beneficial to the woman, but to everyone around her. A lot of airlines bar people from boarding if they're wearing too much perfume, as well. Zappos.com. They are pretty much tied with Amazon in my book. The people are always so friendly and so helpful when you call, email, or get on the chat. Plus free shipping both ways, and free 1-day shipping if you're a VIP. Don't mind if I do. In case you were not aware, Amazon owns Zappos. Well, Apple replaced my sort of broken iPhone for free, 11 days out of warranty. It was a bad moment when the Genius Bar woman told me it was out of warranty, but they replaced it anyway. I appreciate that an iPhone costs them almost nothing in the great scheme of things, but they were perfectly within my rights to frick me up. Costco. I have returned things to Costco after more than 6 months and they always take them back, no questions asked. I once even brought back a phone that I had broken, and they replaced it for me. Nintendo gave me a free extra day on my 3DS warranty because it had expired the day before I called them about it. And then another time my DS Lite crapped out with no warranty, but they'd never seen the problem before, so they gave me a replacement one for free. Back in the 90s, my Pokemon Blue cartridge kept deleting my saved games. I wrote to Nintendo about it, and they sent me a new cartridge without any questions. My best customer service story. Several years ago, a co-worker and I traveled to Vancouver for business. We booked a room at the Four Seasons. We were in town for a few days, so we had a rental car. Since we had booked our own travel, our flights out were at different times. Due to some communication snafu on our parts, I thought my co-worker had returned the car, and he thought I did. I didn't discover the mistake until my co-worker had already left and I was in the taxi on the way to the airport. I called up the Four Seasons and explained that there was a car sitting in their garage that neither one of us could take care of. That asked what rental company it was from. An hour later, I got a call saying, "Hey, we returned the car for you. What's your home address? There was a hat in the back seat. We'll mail it to you." They were unbelievably awesome about the whole thing. How did they have the keys to it? Newegg customer service is great also. Only one person posted Newegg. Are you kidding me? They supersede Amazon in support with anything I have ever purchased electronically. Not saying Amazon has poor support. They have fantastic support. I'm gonna say Microsoft for the Xbox 360 actually acknowledged the E74 errors were a problem on their end and did something about it. A 2.5-year-old broken Xbox 360 picked up from my door free of charge via UPS. Week and a half later I get a ring at the doorbell. Brand new Xbox with a month free gold. 3-year warranty on that too. For a supposedly evil company, that's really not half bad. Not everyone was as lucky as you. I was on the phone with an Indian person who was impossible to understand for 2 hours, trying to tell me to check to make sure if it was plugged in. Finally I did get it shipped in for free, but it took me 3 weeks to get it back and I got a refurb with Cheeto stains on it. Not kidding. I was extremely disappointed. I've always had a pretty good experience with USAA. They do what they say they're going to do without trying to weasel their way out of agreements. They don't hit you with ridiculous fees. They refund out of network ATM fees. Customer service is pretty solid. Never outsourced to another country. When I was shopping for insurance, they could have easily taken advantage of me and overinsured something that didn't need to be, but they recommended a way I could save money instead. Back when the whole move your money out of the corporate banks thing was going down, I looked into a lot of credit unions, but moving to USAA still seemed to be the best option. I don't regret my decision at all. Not being able to easily deposit checks is kind of a B though. It absolutely blows my mind why more people don't use USAA. Have been with them for over 4 years now. Everything: insurance, car loan, personal loan, investments, savings, checking, credit card, etc. They are so friendly it blows my mind. Hey Justarina, how are you today? We were just calling cause we noticed you did X. That means we can lower your insurance by $2 a month. Not much we know, but it's something. Oh, we also noticed that your money market fund isn't really growing thanks to the incredible amount of liquidity in the market right now. Would you be interested in talking with an investment employee who could steer you in the direction of an investment that is almost as liquid while ensuring higher returns? Lastly, we went unbelievable. Nordstrom. They take back anything, including tires. My Nordstrom story. First time buying shoes from Nordstrom. Helped by associate, and girlfriend buys me a pair of Sperry's. After wearing them a few times, decided they were a bit too clunky for me, and didn't wear them very often after that. Probably ended up wearing them 20 times total. Fast forward 2 years, I go back into Nordstrom for the first time since getting the Sperry's, to get another pair. Before I even recognize her, the associate that helped me one time 2 years ago recognizes me, says hello, and asks how I liked my last pair. At this point I'm already blown away, and in the spirit of casual conversation I start talking to her and tell her I actually didn't love my last pair. No fault of anyone but myself, but I'm back to buy a new pair. At this point she stops me and more or less says, "I'm sorry to hear that. I want you to bring them back in and we'll get you something that you like." I was completely floored to the point I wasn't even sure she was serious, and I assured her that's not what I was trying to accomplish, and there's no way I could bring them back after 2 years and approximately 20 wears. To make an already long story a little shorter, she wouldn't hear of it. I ended up bringing the shoes back the next day. I couldn't find anything I loved to replace them with. She ended up putting $120 back on my debit card. TLDR. Wore a pair of Sperry's 20 times over 2 years and got paid $120 to do it. How does everyone, at least in the thread, have such good luck? My Kindle broke and I was just out of warranty. There wasn't anything I could do but buy another one. I even called back but got the same response. I'm not too mad since it was out of warranty anyway. Microsoft, on the other hand, wouldn't help even though it was well within my road warranty. I had to put in a complaint before I got any help at all. Did you call Amazon or email? I've had awesome experiences with their email reps. Though I did have to write please read this message in its entirety once to get someone to understand my issue. They had sent me an item I never ordered. Peace tea. I called them and told them that I bought an iced tea that didn't taste right. They told me they will send me something in the mail. I got a call from my dad 2 days later while I was on a ski trip. He asked me why people were dropping off 30+ cases of iced tea. I don't believe you. REI. I brought in a water bottle that I broke by dropping it. It was cracked and wouldn't hold water. Brought it in, told them what I had done, and they let me get a replacement with no problems. They have one of the best return replacement policies ever. I've worked for years as a customer service rep at REI. The employees joke that the name actually stands for Return Everything. Absolutely no fault. Let us throw money at your return policy. I once gave a guy $300 back for a 15-year-old tent that he wanted to return because it was wearing out in the floor. He had been living in it for the past 6 years, but he expected it to last longer. Money back. No questions. Another guy walked into the store wearing a pair of hiking boots that had literally been trashed. No tread left on the soles, all the leather worn out and holey. They had obviously been worn constantly for many years. He told me he didn't like how they fit and he wanted to return them. $150 back in his pocket. Frankly, I don't know how that company can stay afloat. I hate customer service lines, so I wasn't happy about having to phone Netflix when my card got updated last week. I got through to a person within 15 seconds and the problem had been sorted in under 30 seconds. It was awesome. Viral marketing. Magic Flight launch box. Motherfricking likable business. Valve. They incorporate community ideas into their games, made Steam, and more. Yet they still manage to listen to people and help. For example, People's Strange Equalizers was supposed to be split into a Strange Escape Plan and a Strange Equalizer. I just love that Gabe will answer your email. LL Bean prides themselves on being top notch when it comes to customer service. You could take a 20-year-old sleeping bag from the basement, return it saying you weren't pleased, and they will replace it, simply because they want to make you happy. Also because they have a lifetime warranty. My out of warranty OtterBox for my iPhone broke. I emailed to see if I could purchase the part that broke separately. They replaced it free of charge. No questions asked. ThinkGeek. I broke my awesome watch I bought from them. Got free replacement. Even free shipping US to Europe. I could keep my old one. And a friend fixed it. So he has a free one now. The North Face. I've had to contact them about hydration packs, sleeping bags, tents, winter boots, all just worn out from use and needing a part replaced. Each and every time, they had the part I needed or a complete replacement to me right away, free, and then gave me cool North Face stickers for free, so I can show off how outdoorsy I wish I was. GameStop recently charged me triple for my PlayStation 3 through a computer glitch manual error, and they didn't even let me take my system home because the computer didn't recognize that they had taken almost $1,000 from me already. I was pissed. They made up for it by refunding my money, though it did take 4 days, giving me a $100 gift card and giving me a free membership to the Rewards Pro program. Now I'm like a preferred customer. Well, that's what you get for going to GameStop. My wife dumped my iPad on concrete, destroying the glass and filling the smart cover with glass shards. I took it to the Apple store, told them what happened, and they replaced it without protest. They even replaced the glass-filled smart cover. I did not have Apple Care, which wouldn't have covered it anyway. A couple months later, my sister-in-law, who has seizures, dropped my replacement iPad on the floor while visiting, shattering the screen. Again, my wife went to the Apple store, told them honestly what happened, and again, they replaced my iPad with an identical, brand new model, for free. TLDR. Apple twice replaced my negligently destroyed iPads for free. I didn't have Apple Care. Freaking I, for the outdoorsman and all, and when they have a used gear sale, ooh, it's like being a kid in a candy shop or a young virgin going through the Dutch red light district. You are not gonna believe me on this one, but here goes. Sony. I broke the screen of my PRS 505 when a bottle of scotch got slammed onto it. It was out of warranty and they said just ship it to them and they would send me a new one. I had to pay for shipping, but otherwise it was fine. After this was agreed upon, I told him how it broke and he laughed his butt off. A few years later I had a fricked up camera lens. This was also replaced, no questions asked. They included free shipping this time too. So while Sony is not as good as Amazon, I had them replace a Kindle for me twice. Just like OP, they are a company I would not mind doing business again. I was looking for this one specifically. I bought a used PS3 and it wasn't working right when I booted it up, so I called them for help. I was on the phone for 3 hours trying to figure out what the heck was wrong and I was never once put off by their help. They were genuinely courteous and helpful. Guess it depends on who you get though. I ultimately had to return it to GameStop, but they were awesome the whole time. Really happy to see some good reviews for Sony. Focusrite, a manufacturer of pro audio gear, repaired my audio interface for stupid cheap after I destroyed the FireWire chip trying to fix it. They even sent me a prepaid postage label because posting it myself would have cost me more than the cost of the repair. This happened about a month out of warranty. More recently they sent me a free replacement connector after a lead got stuck in there and damaged the connector when I finally removed it. This was a good 3 years out of warranty. Fair play Focusrite. Fair play. Also my landlord. I got locked out earlier today because my lock had jammed. Give them a ring and 15 minutes later a locksmith has been round and replaced the lock. Hats off to you, Mr. Patel. Razer. I had a Razer mouse that I loved for years. One day it stopped working. It was long out of warranty though. I wrote to the company saying that their product was awesome, and even though it had stopped working, I was very pleased with how long it lasted considering how much I used it. They simply replied asking for my address so that they could send me another one. Now I'm even happier to be a long-term customer. Shutterfly.com. They fricked up a bunch of pictures I ordered a while back, and not only did they correct it and send me new ones for free, they sent me triple sets and gave me a $20 credit. I wouldn't go honest and genuine, I'd go bending over backwards for that. As a businessman, I agree. Just because they gave you stuff for free doesn't make them honest or genuine, but it does make them awesome. Wacom sort of awesome. I ordered a Cintiq 21UX, but the delivery was delayed for whatever reason, so they loaned me one of their own Cintiqs until mine could arrive, absolutely free of charge and without being asked for it. Apple. I went into their store at the Mall of America because the top lock button didn't feel right when I pressed it down. They gave me a new iPhone. No questions asked. Didn't feel right when I pressed it down. There had to be more to it than that. Shelton's of Peterborough. I'd ordered some fishing here recently, but the rod I'd asked for was out of stock. One of the staff rang me to explain the situation, and then advised me on some alternatives. He recommended one and threw in £5 of rigs for the trouble, and he allowed me to get it delivered to a friend's house as he had to change the order date. Keurig coffee makers. Mine stopped working literally a week after the 1-year warranty, but a new one was too expensive, so I called to see about parts. The conversation went pretty much, "I'm sorry, your coffee brewer is not working and that it's just slightly out of warranty. We'll send you a brand new one in 3-6 business days. Once it arrives, throw the old one away and send us the tiny plastic K-cup holder in the mail." This was a week ago. Already received the new machine. I had the same experience with them. Plus awesome coffee equals. Keurig replaced my brewer after the warranty had expired with a brand new one because it kept shutting off and the warranty started over again with the new one. The only thing I had to ship back to them was the brew basket. Their customer service representative was awesome. Melissa and Doug, Toy Company. I hate to admit it, but Apple sometimes has good customer service. It seems the employees know that the products are made pretty cheaply sometimes. My friend's iPod stopped working a few weeks after she got it because she somehow got it wet without realizing it. They gave her a new one for free. They've also given me lots of free headphones when mine have broken, even when mine were really old. Another friend also got her screen on her really old computer replaced for free when it started to break. They found a loophole so that she wouldn't have to pay for it. Yeah, I totally hate admitting to the awareness of something good. I know Reddit is kind of anti-Apple sometimes and that people have had an opposite experience, but I've always been very satisfied with them. They've replaced headphones and power bricks, shipped next day usually, free of charge. They've also replaced the entire display assembly on a MacBook Pro after I dropped a can of soup on it by accident, free of charge. It should have cost me $400. I sent in another MVP for a couple of dead pixels. Called on Monday, a box was at my door Tuesday by lunch, shipped it out that afternoon, and it was fixed on my doorstep by Thursday lunch. Can't beat that. Ordered an Apple Refurb MVP with a slightly faster than base processor but everything else stock. Well, they shipped me one with a faster processor, max size hard drive, maxed out RAM, and higher resolution display for the same price. Ordering that one outright would have been at least $400 more. I refer to this as the Apple Refurb lottery because I know several people that got free upgrades too. Acquired an old G5 iMac from a friend with a broken display and decided to take it in for an estimate just for funsies. Apple guy told me their price, but then gave me the name and business card of another place in town that repairs old Macs for cheaper. Overall, Apple has taken very good care of me, and I've had nothing but the best service from them. Riot Games, mostly because they give me free IP boosts. I work in the customer service for Amazon and yeah, we do a lot that others won't do. If there's any problem with any order or stuff you bought, go call the hotline. It's always better to call instead of writing an email, but it also depends on who you are talking to. Some do stuff others won't, some really want to help you, others don't. BTW, I would like to get more funny emails, most of them are really boring. Challenge accepted. Comcast cable. Okay, I couldn't keep a straight face with that one. Once I bought a Lego castle online and it came with the wrong horse, a really cool white Native American horse and one of the cowboy sets, and they gave me a second horse for free. It's the little things. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.